So I kind of just want to like reflect on life and kind of even give y'all some metaphysical gems. You know what I mean? Just seeing how I see life. My last quote is like, you gotta have a sound mind and a sound body. And I want to expound on that. Like, if your mind is not sound, right, the body is gonna be kind of like driving a car for the first time, right? Kind of like banging into this, and you don't know how to parallel. It's gonna be a little sketchy, right? A little erratic. But when you had the experience driving a car, right, the ride is much smoother. So, sound mind, sound body. And I feel like in order to achieve this, your frequency has to be high. Like I always say, whatever these two eyes see, that's like your mental diet. Whatever you're feeding them. You have toxic friends, you're getting exposed to that. You're watching, you know what I mean, toxic Netflix shows, you're getting exposed to that. What else? What else is toxic? You like on them social media sites, gossiping, laughing at some coonery. I mean, you're feeding your mental diet, and you become what you are. You know, the saying is you're a product of your own environment. You kind of want to be, you know, on them Tupac vibes. The rose that grew out the concrete, right? You kind of want to embody that. You want to come from this matrix. It almost like have your own personal life hack, and then boom, your third eye, or it's really your first eye, is activated, and then you see the world differently. I know people been through that phase. I don't advise you to do it. From the experience that I had, your job is not to wake people up. Your job is to save yourself. Your job is to get yourself vibrating at a higher frequency, and then you can move into these different dimensions, these higher dimensions with ease. You don't want to have that extra baggage. And then too, when you cut off that extra baggage, it's like you feel free, you feel liberated in a sense. It's like a whole new rebirth of who you are. And a lot of people speak about this. You know what I mean? When you cut out what's holding you back, new blessings come in your life. So you kind of want to like take heed to a lot of what the spiritual community is saying. That's one thing I vibrate with. So sound mind, sound body. Slow down the mind. When you slow down your mind, slow down your lifestyle. Stop going from moving place to place. You know what I mean? I gotta take my kids here, then I gotta do errands here, then I gotta go see my lawyer here, then I got like 20 unread messages here. You're not gonna really have that sound mind, sound body experience. Just like what I be saying is go on a date with yourself. I feel like if there was anybody to date me, it would be myself. You know what I mean? Go do a facial, go get my body right, do some Kundalini yoga, around, like pamper myself. And a lot of these things, I mean, how many women, or if for women, how many men are gonna recommend you these things? Like how many like people are gonna be like, yo, let's pull over to a park and let's ground. Let's go pull up to where the forests are and let's go have a forest bath and just like absorb all that good prana and the negative ions. How many people are gonna recommend you that? You know what I mean? We live in a culture where people have blocked root chakras. And when your root chakra is blocked, you're gonna be tuned into your animalistic, basically into like how a dog thinks, how a lion thinks. So when you're in that animalistic mentality, that animalistic frequency, two things. What do animals do? They want to eat, sleep, and have sex. Right? I mean, you can invite someone right now, like let's go get something to eat. They with it, right? Shorty can be at the crib, like, yo, come through, nobody's home. Like, what dudes is with it? Dudes is pulling up, right? So we were stuck in this paradigm of sex, pleasure, food, gluttony, just basically our comfort zones. This is how the masses think and operate. I mean, even though we are having an awakening in 2020, still, like, how many times, like, you telling your friends, let's go meditate under a tree, because they're having a global meditation. How many people are gonna deal with the vibes? Like, oh, let's not eat for like 2 days. Let's just go on a water fast. Then they start giving you all these skills. But when it's like time to eat, when it's time to have sex, when it's time to have mindless entertainment, let's go to a music. They with it. They with the shenanigans. But, and I'll even admit for myself, there are times where my mind just wants to look up like basketball videos and see niggas play each other 1v1. I just want to look at prank videos. I'm curious to see how this loft looks like, this $3 million suite. Like, I just don't want to think, you know what I mean? I kind of just want to feel. I ain't gonna front. Like when you're studying metaphysics, when you're studying this occult stuff, you're gonna have a sound mind to be able to receive the information. Because you're just going to be lost, or you're just going to be bored. But the good thing with that is your higher self is always pulling you towards greatness. It's that little subtle voice in your head. Go meditate, right? Go buy them herbs online. Right? It's always there for you. It always wants you to win, even though we probably curve our higher self, our spirit guides, our spiritual parents, and we curved them and just did what felt good, just fell victim to our comfort zones, right? Smoked weed, want to go eat some unhealthy shit, went to the arcades, you know what I mean? Doing shit that's not gonna build us up spiritually. I mean, we get stuck in those we call them the matrix zones, right? Where the matrix got us programmed so good. The Marcons are feeding off our energy, off our laziness, off our negativity. I mean, some won't admit it, but great old America was made for you to be a slave, was created for you to be everything that you're not supposed to be in this life. Not be divine, not to be a mystic, not be a shaman, not be a vegan. You know what I mean? Like, I can literally go out in my area, SGV. Where can I find like a a good vegan meal, a good vegan healthy meal? What smoothie bars are open right now? None. But McDonald's is here. Jack in the Box is here. All the shit that's meant to kill me, right? Like where like it's like trying to find a good song. Like it takes time, it takes research, you know what I mean? You can't just turn on the radio and hope to find good. You gotta really look. You gotta really look for them gems. So just like that example, you have to really look for the metaphysical gems that are gonna heal you, are gonna push you into being into that Godhead, that God state of mind. Well, now you can just like simply. There's some people. I'm not quite on that level, but I'll be on that level pretty soon, where I can just think it, and my manifestation blessings are here the next day. You know what I mean? That's because I've trained my mind on how to. Of course, I understand the 5 elements within me, which is water, air, fire, earth, and the ether. So once I understand that, then I can manipulate what tracks me, and I can manipulate on an astral plane too. So if you on that level, I mean, you basically a god. You basically untouchable on these streets. There's a lot of people out here walking naked with no spiritual protection. Basically, you know what I mean, that Christian mindset. Or they just are not putting in the spiritual work. They're basically food out here. It's basically like an 18-year-old skinny dude that's just thrown into prison with fucking like a bunch of grown men. Niggas out here are food. That's why you see a lot of fear. That's why you see a lot of anxiety for people, man. I mean, you see that firsthand with this coronavirus shit. With the protests, people are angry. People are hurt. People are going into the unknown, going into the dark night of the soul, and it's looking shaky for them. But when you've had multiple dark nights of the soul, it's like a cakewalk. It's like I already seen all this shit. Like I've done this shadow work. You know, I seen worse shit. You know what I mean? I seen worse trauma than, you know what I mean, this supposed coronavirus, or I've seen worse shit than these protests. That's one thing I want to talk about. I even see a lot of woke people, like that be talking about Malcolm X, be talking about love and light, meditation, be talking about the revolutionary. They're so consumed into, you know what I mean, the white man's game, the rituals he plays with you, broadcasts and feeds off your energy. And then you're tied down like to these earthly struggles of justice. You're tied down to these earthly struggles of pain because they killed one of your own. Or you're tied down to these earthly struggles of just anything that in this earthly realm that moves you. It moves you in a way, it makes you upset. And that's really what is going to have you reincarnated back again. You're going to have to come back. Let's say you die at the age of 28, 37, in your 40s. You're going to have to come back again and kind of have to master how to like not be so consumed by these earthly struggles of racism, of I don't know, alcohol, whatever vices that you have, but you're gonna have to try to master them again in a new vessel. So I feel like it's better to get that situated now, but people are not really exposed to a lot of the metaphysics and a lot of the esoteric knowledge, to not be like, to not think with their emotions, but to think with their God head, to think with logic. Like, because once you research all this shit, and you know it's a ritual, you know it's a game, you know what I mean, played to get you in your misery, get you, you know what I mean, heated. Why keep feeding into it when you know the game? Like, you know this is what white people, the police officers came to do, right? The KKK in different uniforms. How can I keep getting mad? Like, once you understand it, it's in a lion's nature to kill a hyena. How could you continue to get mad? You know what I mean? But then people are like, how come you don't feel like us? How come you're not outraged? How come you're not fighting for equality? Well, I'm gonna tell y'all the realest thing right now. Equality is a bunch of bullshit. They want you to think that you're equal. They want you to think that you're equal to them. You know what I mean? Like, we're all the same, all oneness. Nah, I want you to feel that you're a fucking god, that you're superior, that you're greater than these like organic portals around you. I want you to feel and have that superiority, that know thyself vibes, that authority of your godhood. Like, know that you're not equal. Know that you're different from humanity just by your artistic talents, just by your pure heart, your pure love. That's how they fucking brainwash you. Equality, you're all equal. I'll head back around. But yeah, that's kind of like a mind fuck. Like a lot of the masses believe. We're all equal. But once you could just break out of that mindset, that what am I doing fighting for equality? What am I really doing fighting for equality? Like, but if you actually researched the government, you actually research politics. I mean, your parents signed you over to the government, you know what I mean, with your birth certificate, you know what I mean? They use a whole bunch of trick words in there, a lot of spell work. That's why they have that power over you. That's why they look at you like peasants. I mean, it's a different game. But like, once you know how they operate, how can I be so vulnerable to keep playing in your little circus matrix games when all the fucking knowledge is out there? But we're so distracted by what? By mindless entertainment, by their white man education. We're so distracted by it, and just like I quoted, like, it's keeping us from, you know, me strategizing on our escape route out this matrix. You know what I mean? For those who know, you know what I mean, in December it's time to dip out of here. But they kind of organize it like a circus. Get your popcorn here, go on the rides here, take your pictures here. No spiritual tools, you know what I mean? No spiritual juice at your exposure, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, you can go to one of these spiritual events and do that, but how rare are those? Like, or we could just get taught yoga and get taught about different spiritual instruments, how to attune the body with singing bowls and all that, tuning forks. Like, how often do they have those stuff? Nah, it's club here, bar here, carnival here, taco stand here, like so, and it's made for that, and it's created that way for a certain reason. If you can just decipher through everything, if you really have eyes to see and ears to hear, I mean, you Gucci, man. It's like a bunch of landmines. It's like a maze, and I'm like, nope, not eating that. Nope, not fucking with this girl. Nope, I'm not paying $40 for that, right? That third eye is once you activate that, man, it's like you kind of see their games. But yeah, just wanted to kind of speak my piece, my knowledge. Whoever resonates with this, or they can find some knowledge in this and some truth in this to change their life. Oh man, I love you for even just checking this out, and you're welcome.